Καλησπέρα. Έχουμε την ευχαρίστηση εδώ πέρα να έχουμε τον πρωταγωνιστή και σκηνοθέτη της ταινίας. Αυτό που πρόκειται μάλλον να δείτε, φαντάζομαι ότι πιο πολλοί από εσάς έχετε υπόψη σας τι είναι. Είναι ένα project το οποίο έχει να κάνει με τέχνη και πορνογραφία, πορνογραφία και πολιτική, τέχνη και πολιτική και όλα αυτά μέσα από μια υποτίθεται πως αυτό μπορεί να λειτουργήσει απελευθερωτικά. Σαν ας πούμε μια ψυχοθεραπευτική εμπειρία. Νομίζω ότι μπορεί να μας τα εξηγήσει καλύτερα λίγο, Colby. Ένα χειροκρότημα.
Wow, what a beautiful crowd. Thank you so much for coming. Colby Does America is a project I started several years ago. I was kicked out of my apartment in Baltimore and had a lot of stuff that I couldn't really afford to take care of. So I had an art project where I gave everything away, from my t-shirt to underwear, shoes, everything. And I needed something to do with my life and a way to survive after that project was over. So Colby Does America was the product of this other art piece. And I traveled all around the United States. I raised about $43,000 US and a crowdfunded site to travel to all 50 states with the idea of making a video that approached sex in some way. And all of the content that I created, I then gave to volunteers who decided to edit the videos. So every video that you watch is created by a different volunteer. And the project really depended on the collaboration of countless beautiful human beings. And I hope you appreciate their work. Thank you.
Λοιπόν, για μία μικρή μετάφραση είναι ότι κάποια στιγμή έμεινε άστεγος και χρειάστηκε να βρει έναν τρόπο έτσι να επιβιώσει και γι' αυτό άρχισε του ήρθε αυτή η ιδέα να κάνει αυτό το project. Μάζεψε πολλά πράγματα από διάφορους ανθρώπους και αυτά τα οποία τα έδωσε όμως πίσω κάποια στιγμή όταν τελείωσε το project σε ανθρώπους οι οποίοι ήταν εθελοντές και όλες τις ταινίες που θα δείτε έχουν γίνει με εθελοντές. What was your previous art project? How was the name of it? I know, but
The project that I'm talking about was called Everything But Lenin because I got rid of everything except for a large bust of Lenin that I got off eBay. It was stolen from the Ukraine.
Okay. Το προηγούμενο project του ήταν όλα εκτός από τον Λένιν. Τώρα, γιατί ο Λένιν μπαίνει μέσα στο όλο θέμα θα τα πούμε μάλλον αργότερα. Καλύτερα προς το παρόν να αφήσουμε την ταινία να μιλήσει από μόνη της. Ευχαριστώ.
Questions I want to ask. Let's say, for example, you're discussing politics in this little videos we saw, and I think many people know that you have voted for Donald Trump, and knowing that you are a communist, how can you explain that?
How can I explain it? I think. Well, it's easiest to frame it this way. I don't believe in that the United States government is what it claims to be, which is a free democracy. And Donald Trump is, I think, doing a very good job of exposing the United States for what it is, and that's why I voted for him. If anything, it's to accelerate the crisis that already exists so that we can move past it. Trump is ugly because the United States is ugly. Our policies are ugly. Like we've done ugly things to the world, to Greece, and that really needs to change. And unfortunately, I don't think people can pretend anymore that that your vote means anything and that you can change policy through your vote, because that is not the case. I mean, if there was anyone that won that election, it was Bernie Sanders. You know, Bernie Sanders won the nomination. He would have won the general election. Neither political party was going to let Bernie Sanders win.
A lot of manipulation within the Democratic Party, wasn't it?
Exactly. So it's either Hillary Clinton, which would be more of Barack Obama. It'd be 4 years that would, you know...
she would continue the same politics.
Continue exactly the same politics, which are failed politics.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, you know, at least Trump forces people to confront the ugly truth of what America is. Mm-hmm. And I mean, if you're gonna come to any kind of political solution, you have to go through that truth first. Mm-hmm. And it's difficult and it's painful and it's ugly, but that's unfortunately, I don't think there's a way around that. I don't think the political elite will let us, you know, come to any other kind of conclusion. So.
Okay. Λοιπόν, χρειαζόμαστε μετάφραση γι' αυτό. Okay. Ωραία. Λοιπόν, όποιος θέλει να ρωτήσει κάτι, μπορεί να το κάνει τώρα. Παρακαλώ.
Having voted for Donald Trump means that you could also vote for Adolf Hitler for helping Germany expose herself to the world.
Well, for one, I don't think Donald Trump is Adolf Hitler. I mean, no, I don't think that he is. And I think if you're paying close attention to what's happening, Donald Trump is showing the world that Donald Trump does not control the United States. The President of the United States does not have political power. The President of the United States is a figurehead. Okay, he's like the Queen of England. Like, he has no real power. You don't believe that, then like look at Donald Trump saying we're going to pull our troops out of Syria, and a week later we get a chemical attack and now we've got to bomb Syria because the Pentagon controls, the CIA controls the United States, not any one politician, not any group of politicians. And that's the sad truth of what America is. It's not a democracy. So you can say I voted for Trump. No, nobody voted for Trump. Nobody voted for Hillary Clinton. We don't have a choice. The American people's choice was someone else. It was a different political vision. We're not allowed to take that choice. That's the problem. And you can't get past that problem without facing it. And that is simply an acknowledgement that like the world does not work the way that we're told it works. That we're given propaganda. Our whole entire universe is nothing but propaganda. And how do you break people out of that? And part of it is, I think, you know, give them a clown, you know.
First of all, let me say that when I heard that you're a commie, I thought it was a joke, but he confirmed that this is true. Is it true? Are you really a communist?
Yes, it's true.
So let me tell you then that your point of view is very nihilistic. It leads nowhere. I'm sorry, let me ask you. What do you suggest, that we abolish elections? Yeah, Trump is a scum, Hillary is a corrupt person, Obamacare didn't help the American people, even though I think it did help the American people, Obamacare. But what do you suggest then? We abolish the elections, we stop voting.
No, I'm not a nihilist at all. I mean, I think that, I can only speak from an American political point of view. I think what needs to happen is a new constitutional convention, a new constitution. I mean, the Constitution of the United States was written by, you know, a handful of rich white rapists who, you know, enslaved other human beings, you know, who stole people's property, you know, and they wrote a document to defend their right to that stolen property. And you're not going to have a political system when you frame your whole entire political reality on that basis. There is no way through that system. There's no way through it. That document itself is the problem. And you have to destroy the political system that depends on that document to start a new one. Like, political systems change all the time, all throughout human history. Okay? The United States has only existed for 200 years. Like, you know, that's nothing. Like, there's plenty of opportunity. I think it's nihilistic to say that, you know, you can go on living in a world where destroying the entire planet where we'll kill every single human being on this planet. We'll kill every single animal species on this planet. We're there. We're getting there. Probably already past the point, to tell you the truth. So, like, to say that I'm a nihilist, I think you're denying that simple truth. Like, and you can't, get to a better conclusion without facing that fact. Like, you're not going to vote your way out of this problem. You're not. You have to be creative and think of a different solution.
This was a very interesting point of view, and thank you for this unique piece of work. I would like to ask you if it changed your sexual, the way you view sexuality, this decision to do this film, and how did it change it?
I think it really forced me to be more open to being sexual and to being okay with being sexual, not being afraid of it. For the simple fact that to do the project, I had to be sexual all the time, even when I didn't really want to be sexual. And so, before I did the project, I don't think I had nearly as much sex or was as comfortable having sex. I'm still pretty shy, and it can be a challenge for me. But it's definitely helped me accept the fact that there's nothing wrong with being sexual or having sexuality, and yeah.
Hello. I'm sure there are cultural elements from each state that we are not aware here in Greece, but what inspired you in each state to perform the specific sex acts that we saw?
It really depended on who I could find that was willing to do a video, what they wanted to do in that video. My preference would have been to be behind the camera and not in front of it. But it was very difficult, just, who I am, traveling the country. Most of the people that I approached would want to have sex with me in the video. So it really just depends. There's videos where we don't have sex. There's one where I get into an argument actually with someone, and I filmed the whole thing, and he still signed his release. So that video is about that argument. Unfortunately, fortunately, the project is really, for me, an experiment more than it is about the videos. It's more about collaboration and using sex in video as a way to think about different kinds of economic models that are based on something other than competition. And that's really what the project is. So it's almost, do you know who Alfred Hitchcock is? Yeah. Famous director. He had something in his movies called the MacGuffin. It was the object that the film kind of revolved around, but really doesn't have a central role to the plot. It simply, allows the plot to progress. And that, for me, is what these videos are. They're simply a tool to get at another kind of, to get at the kind of collaborative aspect of what I was trying to kind of experiment with.
Okay, υπάρχει κάτι άλλο? Okay. Thank you very much. Then,
Εδώ.
okay, we have another one.
Τελευταία ερώτηση.
I have a small question. Have you seen the whole thing of what you did? Because I left in the middle of it.
Have I seen it all?
Yeah, have you seen it?
There are more videos than just this,
And you've seen them all.
I don't know if I've seen them all.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I've seen the ones that have been given to me to look over, but I'm sure there's videos out there people are working on that I'll probably never see. So
No, your project is really interesting. But yeah, well, thank you. Yeah.
thank you.
Λοιπόν, ευχαριστούμε πολύ.